Hey guys, my name's iamfallfromgrace, and in today's video, I'm here to give you guys my first impressions and my honest opinion on No Man's Sky. So first things first, what exactly is this game about? No Man's Sky is an action-adventure survival game where players are free to explore the entirety of a procedurally generated universe, which includes over 18 quintillion planets. Now you may be thinking, what in the world is a quintillion? And don't worry, I had exactly the same thought, so I googled it, and it says in Britain, France and Germany, the number represented as 1 followed by 30 zeros. So that is a freaking huge number. Each planet that you encounter is completely different from varied flora and fauna, resources and even weather conditions. So you can go from one planet that is just a beautiful oasis that is lush with beautiful animals and fauna to another that is just completely horrible, that has acid rain and basically just wants to kill you. By exploring these planets, you'll find a wide number of different resources and items that can later be used for crafting or even for trading. Not only that, but you can also find shelters, drop pods, and even ancient artifacts, and these will actually help you understand more about the other life forms in the universe, such as the Vy'keen and the Korvax. So they are the basics of No Man's Sky, just to give you guys a general idea of what the game is kind of about. But what is the game actually like to play? When I first started playing No Man's Sky, I had this really dreaded feeling in my stomach that I wasn't going to enjoy it for very long. Now, I love open world games, I really do, but I also like to have a solid objective and an overall goal. It just helps grant you with that sense of achievement when you actually manage to reach the objective, but I felt that with No Man's Sky, it was just lacking. I felt that I was kind of just plopped on this random planet with no real instructions. The game does recommend that you find certain materials to repair your ship, but that was pretty much all. And once that objective was complete, it didn't really provide much more guidance. On top of that as well, there was no real tutorial, so it took a lot of time to come to terms with the controls and what exactly the HUDs and the menus were all about. I also noticed that there was no real progression in the game in terms of like leveling up and gaining XP, so at the start of the game, I was kind of just confused about what I was supposed to be doing. So my first 3 hours or so playing the game was fun, but at the same time, I was kind of left a little underwhelmed. The game is beautiful, it runs really well, and it's also completely seamless in terms of loading screens. There are no loading screens going in and out of planets, in and out of space stations. It's completely seamless. But I still had this feeling come over me that I would probably grow tired of it quite soon, what with the lack of storyline and any real objective. So with all that being said, the next night I jumped back on the horse and gave No Man's Sky another go. This time I warped to another solar system to see what was on offer. Upon discovering these new planets, I made sure that I explored the ancient artifacts, and in doing so, I began to uncover more information. Information that started to form the basis for a storyline. I began to learn words of these ancient languages, and in doing so, it helped me gain a better understanding of the other life forms that I'd encountered throughout the universe. I found myself becoming completely immersed into this world, and I began to see the true appeal of No Man's Sky. Yes, there are no real objectives or quests, but that's the beautiful thing about it. You are free to do whatever the hell you want in this game, and there is never anything hanging over your head. If you want to stay on the same planet for an entire week straight and mine the resources, find all the flora and the fauna, then you can totally do that. Or if you'd prefer to take the explorer approach and warp constantly towards the center of the universe, then by all means, warp away. There has been such a mixed response to this game, and if you'd asked me after my first day playing as well, I likely would have had a pretty negative response. But after about 15 hours of game time now, I absolutely love it. It offers something that not a lot of games do, and that's complete freedom. Yes, there may not be multiplayer, which admittedly would have been freaking awesome to have some kind of co-op system so that you can explore the planets with a squad, but at the same time, there's something kind of serene about exploring an infinite universe all by yourself. And I mean, you do run into some interesting looking life forms to break up that whole loneliness. And you will also have encounters with enemy ships that want to basically just destroy you for your resources. I usually opt to run away from these dogfights because 9 out of 10 times I get absolutely wrecked. So to summarize, basically No Man's Sky is a game that is going to completely overwhelm you when you first start playing. You're going to be placed on a planet, you're probably going to be thinking, what the freaking hell am I doing here? What is my objective? But now that I've had some time and I've invested time into it, I understand that is kind of the amazing thing about it. There are not a whole lot of games out there that do give you complete freedom, and the fact that the universe in No Man's Sky is basically infinite is pretty amazing. So if you've been contemplating whether or not to buy No Man's Sky, I'd say go for it. It's a game that gives you complete freedom, And honestly, it's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. It may not be for everybody, and I totally understand that a lack of objective and structure can be off-putting, but it's also kind of magical. But having said all of that as well, guys, I have only played 15 hours of it. I've been streaming it. I've played a little bit off stream as well. So far, I'm really enjoying it, but who's to say after like 50 hours, I may get a little tired of the repetitiveness. But at this point in time, I'm really enjoying No Man's Sky so far, and I think it's just pretty amazing that this whole universe is infinite. Like, someone could play this game from the day it was released until the day they die, and they would never even come close. And I think just because of that fact, this game is at least worth giving a go. But this has been my first impressions and my honest opinion of No Man's Sky. I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section below if you played it yourself. And if you haven't, do you think you're gonna buy it? But that's all from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe just for me. And see you in the next video. Bye. Please. Oh, you're bad! You're fucking bad. Oh my god. Okay, my heart rate's like 150 right now. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, please. I must look like such a freaking scrub right now.